Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Joe. Come and be his guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
Here's our lady M.D. She's as pretty as can be at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
What?
We got a letter from Billie Joe, and guess what? She's coming home tomorrow, and guess what? She's bringing a surprise, and guess what it is? I don't know either.
Surprise.
A surprise? I'll bet I know what it is.
Me too.
What?
I bet it's that new fishing pole I've been wanting.
Oh.
That Billie Joe's a good kid.
Well, that she is, but I think you're wrong on the surprise. You do? What do you think it is? Oh, it's probably a present for Steve and Betty Joe's baby. Oh. You don't seem very thrilled. What did you think it was going to be? A husband.
For you or for her?
Whichever. I just like to think somebody's getting a little action. Well, we'll find out about that tomorrow. In the meantime, we have a little problem.
What is it?
Sam Drucker thinks he's having a little trouble with the annual benefit radio show. What kind of trouble? It seems that Selma Plout has learned to play the saxophone.
And she wants to be in it?
She wants to be the star.
Oh, boy, does he have trouble.
Well, Selma, if you want my honest opinion.
Who's asking for that? Just tell me which is my spot on the show. Now, will I open it or close it?
Both.
Joe, that's rude.
She'll blast the station off the air.
I don't know about that.
Did you like my little offering, Wendell?
Well, it was certainly very... It had a lot of... Well, on the other hand, there were moments when, my goodness, if anyone had told me when I came in here that I was going to hear such a... I'm at a loss for words.
Up to now you haven't been. Why don't you stop payments on that thing? Maybe they take it away from you.
Oh, you...
Well, what's the verdict?
Well, it's not up to me, Selma.
No?
No, that's a decision to be made by the entertainment chairman, Doc Craig.
Doctor, I had no idea.
Neither did I. Excuse me, please. When did this happen?
But just now,
Who appointed me?
I did.
I'll kill you. Now,
Oh,
Selma.
my dear, I'm so thrilled to hear you're in charge. You are a music lover, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Unfortunately.
Now, what did you mean by that?
Mr. Drucker, here's a list of some more contestants. Oh, look, it's Billie Joe. Oh, Billie Joe, I was right. You did bring a husband.
Who is that?
My kid sister, Bobby Joe.
Oh. Well, it's a start. He's a fella.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'd like for you to meet Mr. Rick Wayne. I was on the bill with him in Omaha. This is my uncle, Joe Carson. Mr. Sam Drucker, our storekeeper, postmaster, and dear friend.
Howdy.
Wendell Gibbs, our engineer.
How do you do it?
Oh, pardon my manners. One of our leading citizens, Mrs. Selma Plout.
How charming to meet a fellow member of the entertainment world.
Oh, are you in the entertainment world?
Well,
Well, I knew it couldn't be Love Beat.
Oh, heavens, no, I'm not even a hippie. Mod, of course, but not a hippie.
Hi, Billie Joe. Welcome home.
I present Rick Wayne, Dr. Janet Craig.
Mr. Wayne?
Well, this breaks the string, you know,
The string?
of characters.
Oh, Billy, Joe, everyone, if you're planning to take the cannonball, we'd better get started.
The cannonball?
Oh, that's our train.
What, does that really move?
Yes, indeed, and I'm afraid we're behind schedule.
Why, you've got a schedule?
Oh, my, yes, and we stick right to it. That is, unless something comes up, and then we try to give a little, you know, sort of give and take. Sometimes we're right on the old button, and other times we tend to fall back a little. It's this way and that
We're
way.
crying out loud, Wendell. Stow the gab and let's get going.
That's a good idea. Boy!
We're going and back.
We have to. Oh, there's a road of sorts, but you wouldn't want to drive on it.
Your car will be all right here. Just leave the keys in her.
Leave the keys.
Well, that way you don't run the risk of losing them.
Oh, of course. That way they can just steal the keys and all, huh?
Steal?
Mr. Wayne, we don't have that sort of thing here. We're a little backward that way.
Well, on to the cannonball.
Oh, by the way, dinner's at 6.
Right.
Oh, and we don't dress.
Right. I won't wear anything.
Rick. You heard? Well, that's just his way of being comical, you know. Hey, what do you think of him? Well, he's better than that. Okay. Am I interrupting?
Oh, hi, Billie Joe. No, I'm just trying to get busy with my new duties as chairman of the entertainment committee for the benefit show. Come in.
Well, I'd like to talk to you for a minute, if I may. It's about Rick. Sometimes people don't take to him right away.
Oh, well, that happens.
Oh. What's the matter? Well, you weren't supposed to say that. You were supposed to say, oh, that isn't true. I took to him right away.
I'm sorry. Do you want to start over again?
No. But you'll like him once you get to know him, I promise.
I'm sure I will, and I'll take the time to. Just as soon as I get this benefit out of the way. I'm afraid this sort of thing isn't my forte.
Say, do you need any help?
All I can get. Any suggestions?
You bet. Don't look now, but I may have a terrific surprise for you.
Hey, now this is more like it.
Rick, I brought you out here so we could talk.
So later we'll talk.
I mean now. Oh, Rick, I have the most wonderful idea.
So do I.
How would you like to star in the Hooterville charity show?
Swell. The Hooterville charity show.
That's what they were rehearsing when we arrived.
Oh, you mean Dame Maywitty on the, Well, I mean, do you think I could top that?
I'm sure of it.
Oh, thanks.
Well, it isn't that. I just think this would be such a wonderful opportunity for everybody to get to know you.
Well, what's to know? That I'm adorable?
Oh, please.
Yeah, okay, sure. Now, look,
You really mean it?
Yes, I mean it. I mean it.
Oh, Rick, I could kiss you.
Now, why didn't I think of that?
I want this to be a real special evening for Billie Joe and her boyfriend. I just hope the dinner turns out all right.
Well, so what if it doesn't? It might discourage him from becoming a brother-in-law.
She happens to be very fond of him.
Yeah, so I've noticed.
You don't sound too impressed.
No, he's a nice enough guy. It's just that, well, he's always on.
So?
Well, I'm just worried about you, honey. Afraid you won't have a chance to get a word in about Kathy Joe.
Don't worry about me. I'll sneak in a volume or two. I guess you've heard. Rick's a comedian.
Yeah, I saw a sport clip.
Steve, now I don't want anything to spoil this evening for my sister. You be nice.
I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
I won't say this roast beef is tough, but they just brought the gravy in on a meat hook.
Oh, he's just kidding, Betty Jo. Everything is delicious. Right, Rick?
Right. Hey, this is great. After dinner, we're going to play stomach pump, stomach pump. Who's got the stomach pump?
What do you think of Hooterville, Rick?
I'm glad you brought that up. I've seen one-horse towns before, but this is ridiculous. This town is so small, they have only one sign. Entering Hooterville in the front and leaving Hooterville in the back.
Oh, this afternoon I took Rick for a ride on the cannonball. I introduced him to the Frisbees, the Kileys, the Millers.
Oh, you're doing a great job of playing it straight. Speaking of the Millers, boy, is that Mrs. Miller fat. She's got so many double chins, she needs a bookmark to find her mouth. I understand she's the only person in the valley who's taken out group insurance.
Rick, would you please pass the salt?
Don't interrupt, baby, while I'm hot. And that Newt Kiley, boy, does he hit the bottle. He's drunk so much scotch, he has a plaid nose. And that Sam Drucker, boy, there's a ball of fire. You know, when you buy groceries from him, instead of using an adding machine, he counts on his fingers. And if you make a really big purchase, he takes off his shoes.
How about some more potatoes, Rick?
No, thanks. But my favorite character of all is this Joe Carson. What a phony this guy is. Carries around an Arkansas bankroll. You know, a dollar bill wrapped around a cucumber. And the way this guy runs off at the mouth. Oh.
Yeah, well, speaking of running off at the mouth.
Darling, how would you like to give me a hand with the coffee?
What gives with this guy, anyway?
Now, Steve.
Well, he seems to get a big charge out of running down all the local people.
I know, but after all, he is a comedian.
Oh, and you think it's funny making fun of your friends?
No, not any more than you do. But what harm can it do? It won't go any farther than this. Pour the coffee, will you, honey?
Okay. I just can't figure this guy out.
You have to admit some of his jokes were kind of funny.
Yeah. Especially the one about the roast was so tough she had to bring the gravy in on a meat hook.
That was the only joke that wasn't worthy of a laugh.
I know. Your dinner was delicious.
Thank you.
What are we going to have for dessert? Bicarbonate of soda? Sorry. See, it's rubbing off on me. You cook a great dinner and you're a great little hostess.
And let's be sure you're going to be a great little host. Promise?
Okay.
Be sure now, because I don't want anything to spoil this evening. Understand?
Understand.
What?
I'm just rehearsing my laugh for all the jokes he's going to come up with.
I told you they're only in the kitchen. She said you skipped out the back door.
Yes.
Now, let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah, that Uncle Joe of yours. Boy, does he come out with some brilliant idea. You know what he's working on now? He's coming out with a bar of soap that's hollow in the middle. That's so when you use it, there won't be any little pieces left over. Oh, you like that one, huh? Hey, you're a good audience. And just for that, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Friends and neighbors, you know these gags I've been tossing around? Well, this is part of a routine I'm going to be using in your annual benefit show.
You looking for me?
Oh, hi, Janet. Have you been out already this morning?
Oh, my, yes. With this benefit show coming up, it's busy, busy, busy.
Well, speaking of the show, do you have a minute?
Yes, of course.
About having Rick on the program, I've been thinking that maybe it'd be better if we just stuck to the local talent.
Oh, I don't think we have to be too concerned with that. The important thing for us is to come up with the best possible show we can.
Well, I know that it was my idea he appear and all, but...
Yes, and it was a good idea, too. We're getting some fine publicity from the outlying papers. Oh, I really gave Rick a big build-up about what a big star he is and his thousands of admiring fans. I made Jackie Gleason sound like an amateur hour dropout.
I thought you said you never heard of Rick.
So I lied a little. Oh, you're allowed that when you're a combination entertainment chairman and press agent. Rick hasn't changed his mind about doing the show, has he?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Well, you seem disturbed about something.
Oh, I guess everything will work out all right.
Well, of course it will. Now, I've got to get moving. I have a patient due in a few minutes.
Rick,
Oh, hi, Doc.
may I talk to you for a minute?
Oh, please, don't propose to me now. I have to get a note from my mother first.
Rick.
Wait. You know what's amazing? You're the first girl I've ever seen who looks better in the sunlight than in the spotlight.
Thank you. Now can I say something?
You're on.
About the routine you're going to do on the show?
Pretty sock material, huh, kid?
Well, yes, there are some amusing laughs.
Amusing? Those are yucks, doll. Big yucks. You saw the way I scored with your sister and brother-in-law.
Yes, I know, but, well, I was wondering, do you think you could change your material a bit?
Change it? Why?
It's just that all through the routine you're making fun of the people around here.
Well, exactly.
I mean, if you could just change the names or something.
Doll, that's the only way that stuff will pay off. I mean, to get those belly laughs, you gotta localize your gags. Use names and places that people are familiar with. Now, when I mention people like Sam Drucker or Mrs. Ben Miller, I'm halfway home. Oh, get this. To really spike it up, I'm gonna throw in a few impressions. Get a load of this. Selma Plout.
How dare you say I'm man crazy? It's nothing but a rumor that my marriage license reads, to whom it may concern.
And your Uncle Joe.
Oh, I got a wonderful impression of him all worked out. Yeah, 2 minutes of snoring.
And Wendell Gibbs, the engineer.
Oh, yeah, he's something else. Oh, dear me, I must be going. Yes, I have a schedule to keep. The cannonball must be in Pixley by 9:30. Or is it 8:30?
Bobby Joe? Do you realize that at this time tomorrow night we'll be in the middle of the big show?
Exciting, isn't it?
I wish I thought so.
What?
It could be the worst evening of my whole life.
Well, how can you say that? Your new boyfriend is the star of the show, and you'll be a celebrity.
I'll be lucky if they don't run me out of town.
What?
By the time Rick gets through with his act, everybody in the valley's going to be angry.
What could they be angry about?
What could they be angry about? He's going to refer to Mrs. Miller as being ugly, Selma Plout as being a man chaser, and Sam Drucker as being stupid.
That's what they could be angry about.
There was just some way of stopping him.
Well, why don't you reason with him? Appeal to his sense of decency.
Oh, I tried that.
And there's only one way left.
What's that?
Smooching.
Bobby Joe.
Just a suggestion.
Well, I wouldn't even consider it.
How about sending in a substitute?
Now, you stay out of it.
Just a little sisterly advice, based on the fact that I do want to help. And he's kind of cute.
Selma Plout and her saxophone.
Read it like I wrote it.
That was Selma Plout, the lady with plenty of sax appeal. Now, folks, if you'd like to make a contribution after that, I mean, if you folks would like to make a contribution, just mail your donation to Box 4, Hooterville. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great and distinct pleasure to present the star of our show, everybody's favorite comedian, Rick Wayne.
Thank you, Mr. Drucker. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a routine all planned for this evening, and well, then I started thinking, who needs it? I mean, a guy like myself from the outside, especially when you've got such wonderful local talent. So, please excuse me if I beg off and turn the spotlight over to one of the loveliest substitutes I know, Miss Billie Joe Bradley.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, Sam, here's a little contribution to sweeten the pot.
Oh, thank you. Miss Billie Joe Bradley.
How about When I Fall in Love?
Oh, fine.
When I fall in love, it will
And the grasshopper said, "You mean you got a drink called Irving?" And now, folks, if you'll excuse me, I have to go upstairs and pack. I have to be out of here early in the morning.
Hi, Jerry.
Oh, Wendell, do me a favor and don't show up with your train. I have to be back before the month is up.
No, I don't think that was very... Oh, he's joshing.
I can fly you up, Rick.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Well, I must say, it's been quite a successful evening. That was a mighty fine show you put on, Entertainment Chairman.
Oh, congratulations again.
Been topped by our lovely songstress, Billie Joe Bradley.
Oh, thank you.
All except that Selma Plout. I could get better music than that out of a plumber's friend.
Wasn't that a wonderful and thoughtful thing that Rick did?
Oh,
Hey, that's
Oh, you can thank Steve for that.
You? What did you have to do with it?
Nothing.
Well, come on, tell us, Steve. What did you do?
It was nothing. All I told him was that he might hurt some feelings, and it would be better if he didn't do the routine.
And that did it?
That and the P.S. he added. If you don't, I'll break every bone in your body.
Tonight at 8 on the $1 Million Movie, Gwen Verdon and John Hurd star in the musical hit, Legs. Now, stay tuned for Green Acres, next, here on TV 39.